All right, let's talk about something that's on, well, pretty much everyone's mind. As AI gets smarter and starts handling more and more of what we do every day, it leaves us with a huge question. What are we supposed to do? How do we find our purpose when our jobs are changing so fast? Let's get into it.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. Imagine that world. A world where the thing that's guided so many of us, that paycheck, that career path, is just gone. What do you do then? This isn't just about finding a new job. It's about finding a new reason to get up in the morning. It really gets to the core of who we are.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, we've heard this all before, right? The Industrial Revolution, the internet. Every time a new technology comes along, people panic about jobs, but we always figure it out. New jobs get created. So why does this wave of AI feel so different?
That anxiety you might be feeling, it's real, and it's not just hype. This shift feels way more intense because there are a few huge things happening all at the same time, kind of creating the perfect storm of uncertainty.
So what's really going on here? Well, it boils down to three big things. First, the tech itself is just unbelievably powerful, and the pace of change is absolutely nutty. It's nothing like we've ever seen. Second, and this is a big one, for the first time, it's not just factory jobs on the line. It's hitting white-collar work. The consultants, the analysts, the people who are usually telling the story of disruption are now in the story. And third, all this is happening while our social safety nets are getting weaker and the world feels more unstable than ever. It's a lot, all at once.
To really get a handle on why we're all feeling this way, we have to zoom out a bit. This isn't just about your job or my job. It's part of a much, much bigger story about economics, power, and really the entire history of labor.
And this timeline really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? For centuries, the whole game has been about getting the most work for the least amount of money. It started with colonialism, then slavery, then outsourcing jobs to whoever would do them cheapest. And now we have AI and automation. It's kind of the ultimate conclusion of that trend, trying to get the most revenue with the fewest amount of people possible. It's the same old story, just with a brand new, very powerful chapter.
And this is where there's this huge disconnect, right? On one hand, we're being sold this amazing utopian future. AI is going to cure cancer. We'll have self-driving cars and go to Mars. But for so many people, the reality on the ground feels totally different. We're seeing companies post record profits while laying people off, and those social services we might need to fall back on are getting weaker by the day.
So, with all this chaos and uncertainty swirling around us, it is so easy to feel completely powerless. But here's the crucial shift we have to make. The real work, the real power, comes from turning inward. You can't control the global economy, but you can control your own internal world.
So I want you to just pause for a second. Really think about this question. It sounds simple, but it is so profound. How do you want your days to feel? See how that changes everything? It moves the focus away from what you do for a living to how you want to be as a person.
And this is such a critical point. If your sense of self-worth is always tied to something external, a job title, a salary, what other people think, you're going to be on a treadmill forever. It will never be enough. They say no one on their deathbed ever says, "I wish I'd spent more time at the office." They regret not building deeper connections with the people they love. That's the stuff that matters.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we build a life that feels meaningful, especially when the old rules of having a stable career are being totally rewritten? Well, the answer is to start thinking about creating what we're calling a purpose portfolio. This is a real game changer. It's about designing a life, not just chasing a career.
So what exactly is a purpose portfolio? Think of it as a collection of all the things that light you up, all the things that make you, you. It's your skills, your passions, your relationships, your core values, all totally separate from your job title. You want to get started? Try this right now. Just jot down 3 things, anything at all, that have nothing to do with your job but make you feel completely alive. That right there is the start of your portfolio.
And look, this is not just some fuzzy, abstract idea. This is a real person's journey. Take Mercedes Sullivan. She started out in finance, learning the system. Then she pivoted to work that aligned with her values and social justice. Then, bam, she got laid off. A crisis for most people. But she didn't see it as a failure. She took it as a chance to reverse retire and figure out what really mattered. And when she decided to come back to work, she did it completely on her own terms, blending her skills with her purpose. That is what living with a purpose portfolio looks like.
Let's just be real for a second. We've been sold this idea of a safe job or a safe career path.
It's a myth. There is nothing that is truly safe out there. The only real security you can ever have is the security you build inside yourself. It's trusting that no matter what happens, you are resilient. You've got this. You will figure it out.
The world as we know it is absolutely changing. And yes, that can be scary, but it's also a massive opportunity. It's a chance to stop following the old, worn-out maps and to look up at a brand new horizon. It's our chance to ask what really matters to us.
And I really want to leave you with this thought. The future feels uncertain, no doubt about it, but if history has taught us anything, it's this. The human spirit is unbelievably tough. We always find a way. We always adapt. We always thrive. No matter what gets thrown at us, we are going to be okay.
So, after all this big talk about AI and the future of work, what's the first step? Maybe it's not some grand, complicated plan. Maybe it's just about reconnecting with that simple sense of joy and wonder we all had as kids. So I'll just leave you with this one little question to think about. When's the last time you played in a puddle?